Hi, so today I'm going to show you a new game from Evolution. It's called Lightning Bac Bo. So Bac Bo has been out for a couple of years and it's been given the lightning treatment by Evolution. So let's just fire up the game and I'll give you the whole lowdown about it. Okay, so here we are. So this is a Lightning Bac Bo. So let's just explain very quickly if you've not come across Bac Bo before. It is a two-position game, player and banker. In each of those positions are two dice. The position that rolls the highest combined dice total wins. If there is a tie, then you get 90% of your stake back. In baccarat, it's 100%. But this game, although it's called Bac Bo, its connection with baccarat is very tenuous. So similar road maps, and two playing positions, but that's pretty much it. The lightning element are multipliers, which get applied to one of the 6 values of the dice, 1 through to 6, and the multipliers can range from 2x through to 8x. If you get one of those multiplier dice in your winning payout, then your payout will be multiplied by that multiplier. And if you get 2 of the same dice in your winning hand, then the multiplier gets applied twice. So you get two multipliers, the price of 1. So that means that for a tie, let's say a tie with 2 5s that might have an 8x multiplier on them. So you'll get 8 times 8 is 64x payout. And that's the maximum you can have it on a single side for the player or the banker. For ties, however, if you're betting on the tie bet, the maximum payout, including your stake, is 1,200 to 1. And that's from the 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. Because that's assuming that you get a multiplier on one value, and obviously the player and the banker dice are exactly the same, so have tied with exactly the same number. So that's basically the premise of it. To play the lightning element is a compulsory 50% fee of your main bet. So if you bet £1, dollar, euro, then it will cost you £1.50 or €1.50, $1.50 for the bet. When you get the tie, only the bet gets 90% of the bet gets returned to you. You lose the lightning element of the bet. So this is the second time I've done this recording. The first one went really well. I started off with a £40 bank balance and worked it up to £88.53. And then I discovered I forgot to actually press the record button. So more for me. So I've got to go through it all again. So I like to, when I'm playing these type of games, I like to follow trends. And the trends can be either all of players, all bankers, or they can flip-flop between the two. And I've got to try and work out what the game is doing at any particular time. So we've just had 3 banker wins. I think that was a banker win. So I'm going to place my money on banker. And I'm going to keep placing my bet on banker until I lose, and then I'll place it on player, but I'll double my bet. So there's a bit of martingale that comes into it when I do the switch, but it enables me to recover my losses and carry on the streak. So in this gun, we got a 3x multiplier on a 6 dice. And as you can see, the banker won with 2, with a 7 over a total of 2. So we're going to keep placing on a banker. So every £2 I win, actually, because I've bet £1.50, I'm only winning 50p because of the lightning element. So even though I'm winning, I'm not winning as much as I would do on an even money bet, which is effectively what this is. Five would be nice. Not now. So 7 plays 7, so that's a tie. So we'll get 90% of our £1 back, which you can see is 90p. Right, we're going to go banker again because we haven't got a loss. You can see on the betting grid the statistics of how other players are betting. So if you want to sort of follow what other people are doing, you can do that. I think it's always better to have your own strategy and not follow what other people are doing. So number 1 has got a 4x multiplier. So player is going to do well. All, and so is banker. Now we want to... Oh, and we've got another... Wow! So player 1, unfortunately, for us, and we didn't get the 4x multiplier. Then we're going to switch our bet and double it to player, assuming that there's going to be a run on player. Every time I lose, I switch position and double my bet. So that's how my strategy works. Which is okay if you get a couple of losses. Becomes very expensive if you start to get too many, because the martingale just increases it rapidly. Look at that. We've got a 3x multiplier on the win. So that was very nice. So we'll recoup that. Remember, I started on £88. So we're up to 91. So I'm doing all right here. So again, player. I'm just going to reduce my bet now back down to 1. And we'll start again. Now, if you're to bet on the ties have different payouts depending on what the tie is with. So I'm just trying to 4 and 5. Oh, we've done well there. We've got another multiplier. Oh no, it's a tie. Did spot that. that's a bugger, isn't it? Yeah. So as I was saying, what we're doing player. So the ties have different payouts depending on the value of the tie. So if you get a tie with a 2 and a 12, you get a 4-to-1 payout. 3 and 11, you'll get a 3-to-1 payout, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you'll get a 2-to-1 payout. But when the multipliers come in, it makes all the difference. Now we've got another winner on player, so that's pretty good. 10.
And Baron's den over 6. Congratulations, we have 10 winners.
I know at some point that I'm going to get a loss on player, so canny bettors might be switching to banker, but I'm just going to wait until I have that loss. And the reason I do that is because I double the bet on the next one to recover that loss, so I don't have to try and predict it. And you don't want to jump away from a run when it's actually ongoing, because you can get runs of 12. Look at that, we've got 12 there. So we won again.
Over 5. Congratulations, we have birds.
Also, I'm not tempted on this game to increase my bets any more than when I switch. I always keep it at the base level, because this is about just sort of churning your bankroll and, you know, making sure that you're still in it to win it, so to speak. The hook of this game is definitely the multipliers. It's the only reason you really want to play this, quite honestly. I wouldn't play it for any other reason. So we're still getting the wins. Look, you can see. Now the road maps are pretty much the same as the baccarat road maps. And you can see at the moment that most of the wins actually have been on the banker position. So players got some way to catch up, and you can see the streak is doing that. But we had a really long streak for banker back here. So 2 has got a 7x. So it'd be really nice to get a 2 somewhere. Boom. We're going to lose this one. Yeah, we lost that one. So now we're going to go back to banker.
Banker wins number 5. Congratulations. We're going to double my bets this round. Bets are open. Good luck.
RTP wise on this game, we'll just go straight to it. 98.87 for the player banker, and the tie is 95.37. So I would only advise playing the tie if you're playing a big banker or player bet. You know, just treat it like a side bet, really. Otherwise, don't play it at all. There you go. So we recovered the previous loss, and now going to just reduce that bet back down.
Bets are open, then wish you the best luck.
Yes, I was saying that the road maps are very similar to the baccarat ones, and they're calculated in the same way, but they're all just really showing you either the previous results in a layout, or a derived set of results from two of the roadmaps of what they think might happen. Yeah, it's all guesswork, to be perfectly honest with you. We needed that. We needed that.
Banker win 7/6. Congratulations.
Feel bad for the people that on player, but there you go.
Open the mission the best luck.
Right, so I'm going to keep going until I lost, and then that's going to be the end of the video. The studio is lovely, actually. Really like it. It's got a sort of baccarat feel to it, lightning feel to it. So some of the elements from some of the other lightning games. And you got to remember, the lightning functionality came from Lightning Roulette. That's where we first saw it. You know what, we're getting lucky with wins, but I'm feeling for players because they're getting all of the multipliers. But, you know, am I worried? Nope. We're still chugging along with a little win, so happy days. So Evolution has a nice knack of, you know, creating a new game and then creating a lightning version, you know, some months later. Now, Bac Bo's been out for 18 months, 2 years probably. That's just off the top of my head. And now there's finally a lightning version. Look, we've got a tie there as well.
4, 2, 2, 1. Congratulations, we have 22.
I'm going to go back to Banker again and carry on with Banker. At least betting this way, you know at some point you are going to lose. It's just how many wins you've managed to accumulate before that loss occurs. But that's why I like this strategy, because it's at least a way of playing. It's not a guarantee that you're going to win, but at least it's a way of playing. We could do with some 2x's on the right hand side. Oh, look at that. 14x. Oh, do you know what? They're going to be gutted because we've got a tie there. So that would have been 49x. And we got a tie. Wow. There'll be some people spewing with that. But how did they get a win? I don't understand. It said they had 49x and they had a win, but it was a tie. Ah, perhaps they played for the tie. They were playing the tie bet. That's why. And I never play the tie bet, so that's it. Right, so we've lost. So, yeah, you've got a good feeling of the game. I've actually made a couple of quid on my starting balance, so I'm still pleased with that because I started with 40 way back when. So that's Lightning Bac Bo by Evo. It's available at all Evolution casinos. If you enjoyed that video, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel before, please do, because you'll get to see more of these videos as and when I release them. And also it helps the algorithm, whatever that means. So if you're planning on gambling, set a limit, manage your bankroll, use a strategy. So look at some of my other videos or reviews on my website, you know, where I talk about how to play these games. They're not guaranteed to get you to win, but at least they'll guarantee to give you some good play time and allow you to enjoy the money that you want to invest in the game. So until then, be lucky, and I shall see you at the next video. Cheers. Bye.